Hello there, football fans. And quite the start to the man. You're loving it, or you're just hating this. I'm James Sharman, Craig Forrest, Jimmy Brennan, Brendan Dunlop are here. Good morning, fellas. Let's just start by throwing out some words to describe Erling Haaland, shall we? Craig, you start. Give me a word.
Amazing.
B?
I don't have words to describe him. That was an unbelievable performance by Man City.
Craig and I are both dressed appropriately. Craig and I are both wearing black because we're watching Manchester United's funeral. Jesus. What is that? I didn't even have time to update the scoreboard. I realized I have the scoreboard wrong.
Yes, you do.
It's stupid, right? It's stupid.
It's incredible. And I did say that Haaland would score more than 15 goals this season.
Not in the first 9 games.
Honestly, it's like watching men play against boys.
Yeah.
It is frightening. It is frightening. And United don't have any answers. They've got nothing.
None.
They can't close together. Their press is a shambles.
Yeah.
Creating nothing going forward. They're just chasing shadows all over the park.
This could end up being 9-0.
Oh, easily.
I thought it was going to be 5 before the break.
It could have easily been 5 or 6 before the break.
Man City woke up this morning and said, "Today we are Brentford."
What?
Yeah.
Brentford ran through United 4-0.
Not that good.
Remember that one, Jimmy?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But they turned it around in the second half against Brentford, eh? Watch out, City. It could be a new team in this second half. You know, I mean, okay, we'll get to City, but United, Jimmy, you mentioned the word there, men against boys. When I saw every time United get the ball, they're like crapping themselves. They just don't know what to do. They can't handle the press at all. And they're just giving Scott McTominay, who I like McTominay. He has been a giveaway machine in that first half. Is it just nerves? Is it just losing the mental game before they even step out onto the field?
Well, you look, every time they get on the ball, it's more or less like they've got no options. No options. Because City's closing space too well. They're putting too much pressure. They can't handle it. And as soon as they get it, you can see the United players heads up looking, there's nothing.
But even, Jimmy, some of the simpler stuff, in McTominay giving the ball away, it's just basics. But I heard the color guy there, I forgot his name off the top of my head, work with him lots, fire against fear.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. They're absolutely shitting themselves, those United fan players right now. And the fans are already exiting, at least for their pies, at least,
There'll be a few of them not coming back, which means a lot, right? And in England, that's a hell of a statement when fans leave.
Especially in the derby at halftime. I mean, I know they don't live too far away. Well, many of them probably live in London, but a lot of them don't live too far away.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Eric Ten Hag right now, Craig, what are you telling this team at halftime? What are your instructions?
You got to make a few changes as well. I mean, Casemiro, I think, is an ideal player to come on and try to plug a hole. But I mean, I don't see anything other than just trying to, as United, I've been in this position too with a team that's lesser than they've got, that you're just trying not to get beat 9-0. Like, you've got to show some pride in the second half and show some sort of character, because this just isn't acceptable.
Did I miss something? Did Casemiro pick up a knock with Brazil? Or was it just the travel?
It could be the travel, right? No, actually, but they were playing in Europe, weren't they? Brazil.
Yeah, they weren't. I didn't think that they were at home. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're in Europe, so there wasn't long haul flights or anything.
Really in front of him, so he's had to fight his way in there.
If you're a sub, if you're Ronaldo or Casemiro or whoever on that bench, do you want to go in there, Jimmy? Do you want to?
You're hiding. You're hiding on the bench, and every time the manager looks, you're looking away like that. You can't see me.
Yeah, you're ducked behind the bench.
You're ducking down every time, you pretending you're doing the boots. Do not put me in here.
Yeah, there's some games you don't want any part of, and this is
a game they want nothing to do with.
Ronaldo, obviously, they show Ronaldo a ton. He looks pissed, which is pretty normal for him at Manchester United this season.
Can you imagine the weekly wage on that bench alone? I mean, oh shit!
I think with the two of them, you're already at £1 million. You're already £1 million just with Ronaldo and Casemiro.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ronaldo telling his agent, "This is why I wanted to leave. This is the reason. You couldn't get me a move anywhere, not even the Sporting. I'll take Sporting right now over this freaking gong show.
No,
disaster. But let's get back to the positives here and City and what we're seeing with City in this team and the De Bruyne Haaland connection. Phil Foden, a couple of goals. Grealish looks really, really good. I think that early yellow to Dunlop obviously opened up some space for Grealish. But let's talk some Haaland a little bit more now. I mean, the ball is boots. The ball in the air. No one can handle this guy, right? There's no solution. I don't think. Where's the weakness?
I think they win the league without him. And then you add him in the factor. What has he got? 102 goals and 100.5 games? Like
it's honestly insane. And to think too that literally the world changed in 2020. He was introduced to the world just before the pandemic. Like that January transfer window was when oh yeah, this Norwegian guy that Dortmund got. How did Dortmund get this guy? Lit it up. The world pauses. He comes back. Nobody's watching the Bundesliga. He destroys it. Last season, we're surprised that it took so long to get to this point at City now. And Jesus, he might score 40 goals, Craig.
I got him about 50 in all comps.
Oh. It's ridiculous.
If he stays healthy, he's going. I think.
Well, he's got to have a nice break during the World Cup because the best striker in the world isn't going to be there.
Yeah.
Amazing. This is a freaking all-star team. This Man City team from Pep down, this is an all-star team. This is like the best of the best, and they've got it absolutely singing. They got to love that. This is Pep's dream, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but look at even the service for the goals.
Mm.
De Bruyne's ball, ridiculous. The ball that comes into Foden, how it just gets whipped around.
Hey, Jimmy, you can't defend it, can you? You just
cannot
can't
defend it. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And that's the answer to your question, Charms, who Banana Chips has described you as looking like Wolverine. He asks in the chat here, are you auditioning to be Wolverine?
I definitely need a shave.
He's going to shave.
I apologize for my horrendous beard.
Next time Manchester United beats City.
Yeah.
You look like Grizzly Adams.
So back to, Haaland's got his last 2 home games, he's got hat-tricks, right? So he's got 8 in his last 2.5 games. Probably going to get one now. Unless you rest him, Champions League coming up, it's possible. Pep's now got that, option to bring some players off, getting them nice and fresh for this week. Mm-hmm. But if you're United, you look at the 11 for City and you look at the back 4, at least the centre backs, and you go, oh, okay, not full strength. Nathan Ake's in there. Might be a bit of an option here to go at them a little bit, but they just couldn't retain the ball. And I think that's understated for Pep Guardiola teams. Even Barcelona, they were known for it. Their work away from the ball when they didn't have it, out of possession, is almost unparalleled. They are pit bulls out there. There's no time on the ball for United, and they're just completely broken at this point.
Mm-hmm. And as they move down the pitch and they get sort of closer to the City goal, it just gets tighter and tighter, and you have to be so sharp and move the ball so quickly, and they're certainly not doing that yet.
No.
And I think what makes it so shocking and why everyone freaks out when City drop points to someone that they should be beating is because the way you just described them, Charms, that pit bulls that they leave no one time, for some reason when they slip up against Southampton or Brentford, they are not able to play that way. But I just think it would actually be unsustainable to play to this level for 50 games, right? So they play at this level against every single opponent that they should be beating. And in today's case, they're absolutely embarrassing United.
Banana Chips says, I just put $50 down on United to win 5-4. What do you think? Wonder what those odds are. What are they? Yeah. Banana Chips, tell us what they are.
Wait,
is he going to win this game still?
Hold on. Banana Chips is Wonger? Because Wonger's the one that makes those dumb bets. I said, no, I'll be the bookie. I want to be the bookie now and take the money, please. I'll take the risk against people betting like that. Sure.
Oh, man. The shooting gallery. There's block shots. It was just something else. I was excited to watch it, only just, not from any other standpoint, but from the brilliance of what that team is doing to Manchester United is just incredible.
Jimmy, do you ever have sympathy for a team when you're out there and you're seeing this kind of destruction? As a former player? No?
No.
Not even for me, buddy. You must have felt a little something for me back in the day, buddy.
Well, a little bit. I would have bought you a pint after.
Yeah. Here you go, big man.
There you go, big guy. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's right.
12 goals you let in.
Yeah.
Ruthless football.
You won't have any trouble letting that pint in.
No. Look, especially when it's a derby match like this, you want to rub it in.
Oh,
You want to get as many as you
Yeah,
can get.
right.
Yeah.
I think they
You're
have.
right about Haaland. I mean, they're in a situation where I would think that, if Pep even talked about bringing him up at halftime, he'd be like, "Come on, Gaffer, give me 15, 20 at least,
Yeah.
and you can pull me at the 65th minute or something like that. Give me a chance for the hat trick."
Yeah. He's begging for it, right, Haaland? And he recognizes this, obviously. Like, he grew up in that shirt, watching his dad in that shirt. So, like, I think that this first derby for him, this really matters.
Mm-hmm.
He might
You
score
gotta
5.
remember that. I mean, there is a whole string of games. The calendar is incredibly tight. What is it, 13, 14 games in 43 days? I mean, these leagues leading into the World Cup they're getting they're every bit of blood out of these players in the league. So it'll be interesting to see who, actually makes the World Cup or who doesn't, because there's going to be some injuries. These are massive physical and taxing moments over the next month before the World Cup.
If you are opposing managers preparing for the next few games, and you see City in your schedule in the fixtures, I mean, what are you telling your team, Craig, at training? What are you get your defenders together and your goalkeeper together, a little group. Say, okay, boys.
We have absolutely nothing to lose, right?
No. Because I guess people
United's in a
expect him
different
to
position.
score.
United is United, so this is never acceptable for them. But for other clubs, you're just going in there thinking, if you lose 3 or 4, you'll take it.
I'm just seeing now, United fans, you're okay. Luke Shaw's coming on.
Yeah.
So I guess he wasn't hiding well enough in the room.
Yeah, he's going to torture him.
Yeah. Just saw Ten Hag chatting with Casemiro as well, expecting Casemiro to take off that, however you want to describe that top that they wear, their practice top. No, goes to take a seat at the bench.
Do you think the tops are part of the reason why they're so bad in this game?
I put it down to that highlighter third strip that they wore at Brentford. It's just cursed them. Yeah, the tops are poor. I don't think Adidas got it right with United this season.
No, I don't think so either. We're seeing Eric Ten Hag there having a little chat now with Luke Shaw, I think. Just don't push up, Luke.
Probably asked who actually wants to go on. And Casemiro said, "You know what? You didn't start me, so go fuck yourself." I'll start.
I guess at the same time, he's got nothing to lose, right? I mean, the game's lost.
Yeah.
Just go out there and, if it's a 1-0 second half, good for you. You did your job. Like I said, Craig, don't make it 9-0.
Yeah.
That's it, I guess, Craig. That's all that they can do is go out and not
play for pride. Forget about the score. See if you can win the second half.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, it's about to kick off in the second half now from the Etihad. We'll see you at full time and just see how many goals we can talk about Haaland scoring in the second half, even if it's just for 20 minutes. But I'm pretty sure I'll put some money down now on the hat trick. He's just absolutely dominant. Enjoy the second half, and we'll see you in about 45 plus.